Good day everybody, Gbenga Olatunji here. Today let's look at element of an assurance engagement. Element of an assurance engagement, that is when a practitioner is engaged to carry out, let's say, an audit or audit related services. What are the elements, that is, what are the characters that we feature in that arrangement? Number one is people. Just as we know, whenever we are working on anything, we must work with people. Whenever we are doing anything in life, we must do it with people. So the first element of an assurance engagement is party to the engagement. And basically, we will have the practitioner himself or herself or the firm of accounting practitioners. Two, we have the responsible parties. Last but not the least are the intended users. So let's take them one by one. The practitioner, just as we know, is the person that is engaged, or the firm of accountants that is engaged. Let's say Gbenga Olatunji and Co, or whatsoever practitioner that has been engaged. So that's the practitioner and is a party to their engagement. The second party to the engagement is the responsible party. Usually these are the people that prepares the information to be worked on, and we are going to put reliance on it. So responsible parties. The third one, the intended users. The intended users basically are, let's say for a corporate organization, will be shareholders or stakeholders and the like. So these are the parties to engagement: the practitioner, the responsible party, last but not the least, the intended user. Subject matter is the next element we are going to find in an assurance engagement. Subject matter. And what does subject matter means? It simply means what we are working on. What we are working on. So if we are working on the financial statement becomes the subject matter. If we are working on, let's say, HR, human resources material, it becomes subject matter. Whatsoever we are working on is the subject matter. So for more on this subject matter, you can check my lecture on history of audit. In history of audit, I let us know that financials and other things can be audited. Audit does not belong to financial information or finances alone. So audit is broad. So for more on subject matter, you can check that up. Another element that we are going to find in an assurance engagement is suitable criteria. Suitable criteria. So what does this mean? It means the set standard we are measuring the information against. So that means anybody that engage a practitioner is working within an industry, and that industry usually will have a standard set by the regulators of the industry. So when we are talking about suitable criteria, we are talking about the standard that has been set to operate within for those companies working in that industry or in that environment. And for example, in Nigeria, part of our suitable criteria will be KAMA. For Banking, we have to consider Prudential Guideline. So depending on which sector we are working, we dictate which suitable criteria we are to use. And just as the name suggests, suitable, to have been criteria, or say suitable criteria. That is, a practitioner must ensure that the criteria we are matching the information against is suitable for that purpose and for the industry of the people or the organization that engaged us. Then another thing we are going to find and we feature in assurance engagement is evidence. Evidence. What is the basis of that report? What is the basis of that opinion you want to express? How can you validate it? So these are the evidence. This is to back up the assurance work that we've carried out. So it's not about they say, I say, we say. No. Support what you've done with evidence. Back it up with physical evidence or soft copy. Yes, the evidence could be in soft copy. It's allowed, and it could be with physical hard copy in form of papers. But we must support whatsoever we've done with suitable evidence. The evidence must be sufficient, relevant, and appropriate. Last but not the least of the elements we are going to find in an assurance engagement is assurance report. Whatsoever we've done must be reported. Until we report in an assurance engagement, the work cannot find closure. Any work that we do professionally must be backed up by writing it down. We must write it down to validate it and for it to stand the test of time. I hope this has helped somebody. Gjamesassociates, please like us, subscribe to us, click the notification button, and don't forget to share with other people so that we can spread this around for people to benefit. See you next time.